now is going to be your job as community manager is also going to be setting up quality control for our classes. And part of that job is just making sure that we're updating our music and keeping our music appropriate for the actual classes. This is extremely important for us to be able to do because this is a big piece of a product and a big piece of like kind of like the vibe and the culture that we have in here. If you go to Spotify, what you'll see is that we should see, and right now we might actually already have people possibly listening to this music right now. So I'm not going to move or do too much here. But with this, what you'll go down to is going to be Ignite Warm-Up and Ignite Playlist. Those are the two playlists that we are going to be using during the actual classes. So for instance, our Ignite Warm-Up is something that's should be a little bit more quiet, something that should be like a little more kind of like subtle, I guess, where you're almost kind of playing in between classes. So as people are kind of warming up and then as you're kind of cooling down, we're going to use that. That you should kind of think about like if you walk into like an American Eagle, or you mean like some sort of like kind of like a lobby area that's playing music. That's what we're kind of looking for. Something that's like that's a little bit kind of high tempo, happy, something that people know the words to and stuff like that. You mean maybe it's like a new hit song or something that comes out. Sometimes it can be a little bit goofy and stuff like that. But again, we're just trying to set the vibe that, hey, this is a happy place for people to like let their hair down, and you don't really need to worry about stuff. Okay, and then finally, the Ignite playlist should be something a little bit higher tempo, something a little bit more kind of energy focused. And with this, it's very important that we say that, hey, this should be something that everybody can relate to. It's not something that hey, like this is not for you. This is not the music you work out to. How I kind of think about it is like if it's on the radio and it's like kind of high tempo and stuff like that, then it's good. If it's something like you mean random, like crazy, like really hard, like Metallica or something like that, I wouldn't throw it on there. Okay, so again, like if you don't hear it regularly on like a pop radio station, then and you can't imagine it being on a pop radio station, then don't throw it on there. So for instance, think about like Hey Ya, you mean Outkast, you mean really fun song and stuff like that. People know the words to it. It's high energy. Throw it on there. If we look at something like an obscure like death metal band or something like that, probably not. You know what I mean? And just making sure that it's like a high tempo all the way throughout the song. So sometimes like songs will be like high tempo through part of it, and then like the rest of it will be like somebody like talking, or you mean like something that's like not is going to be like bring down the vibe. This is not appropriate. Just make sure it's something that hey, you could imagine walking to Orange Theory or Soul Cycle or something like that and hearing that on there. That's what we're looking for. So, but yeah, and then from there you can search different songs. You can like search, like what I always like to do is search different like playlists, so like high energy playlists, and then from there you just like pull out songs and you can add them to that playlist, which should be pretty self-explanatory once you kind of go in there. So again, if we go in R&B workout, we say, hey, Black Widow, which again, you mean to be explicit. Maybe we try to find the non-explicit version of it since we have a lot of kids, and that's something else that you should be trying to do is making sure that it's, you mean non-explicit. And then from there, go to that little tab and then add to playlist, and you're going to say, hey, add an Ignite warm-up or add to the Ignite playlist. But our coaches are required to play those two playlists throughout a thing. If they're not, you need to talk to them. That is it.